Hi, I'm Aliyah. With me is Jed and Lance. We believe that building a better Philippines means protecting those that we love. Here's one thing that Filipinos love: rice.
For millions of Filipinos, a meal is not a meal without the rice. No self-respecting Pinoy would eat adobo or sinigang without it. Recipes like kare-kare and afritada just would not make sense if it's paired with bread. It's a staple for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We even have dishes that's just rice. We have adobo rice, bagoong rice, and of course, garlic fried rice.
With this, you'll probably expect that the rice industry in the Philippines is flourishing. However, it is actually the opposite. There has been a constant decline of palay prices in the country for the longest time. So, before we get into the solutions, let's explore why the local rice industry remains undervalued in the Philippines.
First, the local rice industry lacks support from the government. Even with all the petitions and the protests, the government still does not see the need for action.
There's even the rice tarification law that makes traders bring unlimited imported amounts of rice at any time in the country. Local farmers just cannot compete.
There are also insufficient farmlands for farmers. Many agricultural lands had been sold to huge development corporations that converted them into commercial and industrial areas. Most of the local farmers do not own the lands they work on and have no power over production. This makes the Philippines incapable of producing enough rice for the country. Thus, the country heavily relies on import.
And lastly, the country's just disaster prone. We have El Niños, typhoons, flooding. All of these just destroys the crops and raises the cost for repair. In the end, these problems give much more losses than gains.
Now let's discuss what you can do to solve the problem.
First, it is necessary that the youth raise awareness about the rice tarification law and sign petitions on its abolishment. The rice tarification law has been signed for 2 years, but many people are still not yet aware of what it is and its effects on the local rice industry and the lives of our local farmers. The law deprives local farmers of the opportunity to rightfully make a living out of rice production, as people will patronize foreign products more because of its affordability. We can raise awareness by sharing or posting the implications of the law through social media and signing petitions against it. Since this problem is being disregarded, there are currently only a few signees, but everything starts small. If this petition gets the public support, it will not be long before it catches the attention of the authorities.
Second, donate to non-profit organizations that focus on the welfare of the local farmers. Supporting non-profit organizations that cater to the needs of our farmers may be regarded as the most effective way, if not in helping them. Giving even the smallest of amounts counts and will be very much appreciated by these organizations and our beloved farmers. Groups like Bayanihan para sa Magsasaka is one of the popular groups that helps the farmers, especially in this time of pandemic, by giving them financial help and by giving them scholarships for their future. With these, we can help uplift the spirits of our farmers because without them, we do not have rice to eat all day.
Third, support local rice instead of buying imported ones. Last 2019, the Department of Agriculture Secretary promoted the consumption of locally produced rice by local farmers for ordinary consumers and private companies.
He explains that supporting the local rice industry can support the rice farmers as well as improve the quality of their crops for consumers. Buying local also helps in boosting our economy.
On a socio-cultural standpoint, buying local rice can instill in Filipinos a better appreciation for bayanihan or helping others in need. We must support our own.
And lastly, just don't waste rice. Every grain of rice on the plate exists because of a farmer's hard work. Teaching people and children to eat all the rice on their plate is important, not only to acknowledge the farmer's hard work, but also to impart good dining habits, as well as lessons on respect, responsibility, and sympathy towards the farmers. So don't get that extra rice if you wouldn't be able to finish it. Throwing it away is not only disrespectful, but it can also contribute to the unnecessary food waste and landfills, worsening even the country's environmental problems.
Our farmers are already fighting so many battles. For so long, they have been one of the most vulnerable groups in society. We owe the meals we have to them, and we must make it our responsibility to protect the rice industry, because for these farmers, rice is literally their life. Finally, improving their working conditions is a strong indication that we are able to build a better Philippines. Now, go and make that change.
Let's rise up.